Rockhead Johnson, so named after the rocks in his head. Basically, yucking it up with Kamala Harris and creepy Joe Biden. And
thumbs down. Next video.
Oh man.
Got a good new Robizoid.
I hope he doesn't get
political.
nasty in this.
wrestling.
He's the hotter
No
Hassan.
disrespect to them. I mean, there are some great wrestlers out there. As a matter of fact, hey, Hulk Hogan's still around, and he's a conservative, man. And quite frankly,
He certainly is.
I think Dwayne Johnson needs a really, really good... I think Hulk Hogan needs to body slam some sense into him. Because...
Hulk Hogan's like 87.
Then that's what's going to have to happen, I suppose.
Yeah, Hulk
Should we
just
play
ate
a
like a
little bit
pig,
more?
man. You can hardly believe it. Ate like a pig 10 minutes ago.
We're doing what we say we're gonna do, which is take all the guns away from the people, and then we're going to
this is
basically
Robizoid's
enslave
voice.
them
I thought he was still
and put
talking.
V-chips up their butts so I can control them, and then we'll
I do
change
not
the
like
pledge
hearing this
to,
Robizoid voice,
I
man.
It sounds like
allegiance to
Marge Simpson's mom.
you know the thing, and for one nation which it doesn't stand, without liberty and, you know, for real.
For one
Like
nation
I
which
said,
it doesn't
the
stand.
Hulkster really needs
Damn.
to body slam some sense.
Man.
And if you think that's fun, get a load of this, folks. Check this picture out that we acquired.
Whoa! Check out those man boobs.
Oh my fucking
Jesus
god.
Christ,
Look
man.
at his big,
How many
stupid,
steroids
sexy
do you have to
muscles.
eat to
Fuck
get
him.
That kind of physique. Jeez. This is why
Dude,
I would
he's
say
soy.
to Dwayne the Rockhead Johnson, just keep eating beef, keep eating steroids, go back to lifting weights, and
Yeah,
just
he's
shut
on
the hell up
steroids.
about politics. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You baldy skid mark. I remember when this guy had hair.
Maybe that's why he's called Dwayne the
Oh
Rock
my
Johnson.
god, he just...
So named
What does
after the
Robizoid
rocks
think
in
he
his
looks
head.
like?
I tell you,
Undefeated
the
Robizoid, man.
Hulkster really does need to
He
body
just looks
slam
in the
some
mirror
sense.
and he sees the hottest man of all
Rock.
time.
Robizoid's
We
what
don't
all of
want you
the
talking
guys
about
from the scene
politics.
bands look like
You don't know
now.
anything about politics. I'm a political science minor. I never received a degree, but at least I studied in college. And you know what? I know a lot more about it than you ever will, Rockhead Johnson. More
Yeah.
than you ever will.
I have the
Dude, he's
political science
undefeated.
knowledge of a
You're in
minor.
no position,
Poli
like Ricky
sci-
Gervais says,
Poli
you're in
sci minor with no
position to
degree.
tell people
He's
who to
undefeated.
vote for. You're in no position to lecture. You probably spend less time in school than yet a Dumber.
Oh, that's what that guy looks like?
And there is
Oh,
no
dear.
reason in the universe
Dumber.
for you to tell me who to vote for. I've made up my mind
He's not
who I'm
as,
voting
uh,
for, and I don't need a celebrity to tell me that. If you're one of those
He's way
types
better
of
looking
people
than The
who
Rock.
listen to what celebrities say
Absolutely.
about these issues, even though
Yeah,
they
The
If I'm
Rock
gonna
has
get
man
somebody
who-
who wanted to be
they
my
tell you who
president,
to
it would
vote
be this
for,
guy. Look at
and
him.
you do it anyway just because they say so.
Robizoid has the body of a
You
melting
are not
ice cream
using
cone.
your own head. You're not thinking for yourself.
There's more
Dude, that's
gravity
so
where he
awful.
lives.
And I pity people like that. I really do. I don't hate them. I just pity them.
Imagine how cool he would look
So,
completely
quite
bald.
frankly, there you have it. Dwayne the Rockhead Johnson, so named after the rocks in his head, basically yucking it up with Kamala Harris and creepy Joe Biden. And, well, it wasn't an interview.
He's got rocks in his head.
That's a
I didn't
line.
know what the hell that was. What was I looking at? Oh well. This has been the Robizoid saying
Played it.
there have got to be some
Yeah, we should show him at the
celebrities
AOC
who are
bit.
at least willing to listen to the
We should show him
fans.
at-
Oh!
I'll see you all later.
Yeah, I'll do the AOC one.
Yeah. Vince McMahon started calling him that when he started wrestling because he knew he was going to be such a liberal.
He dropped the artwork.
Man Boost by Bob and Tom. Come on, Tom.
Oh
Go
god.
back to eating meat and steroids, you dumb rock-headed
Jesus
R-word.
Christ. He must have been a
Wow.
fan of The Rock because he really went nuts in that one.
Why can't I see the AOC shit?
If you were offended, he loves that picture.
I'm offended. Guys, I'm offended.
We gotta find you another one from that guy.
Thank you, Tom Servo.
I'm
Yeah.
offended.
Is it hidden?
Guys,
I'm having a
offended.
hard time finding the AOC one.
It might be
least
the
the-
Beethoven is canceled one. Or,
Guys, I'm gonna
No,
need...
I mean like the old one.
oh, the
Gonna need
original
somebody to
one
start-
with all the skips and
Guys,
stuff. That
you're gonna need
must
facts.
still be up.
You're gonna need your facts to start caring about my feelings, please. He's making
They will. They will.
Okay, we've got here. We'll do the poem that Robozoid did after Stan Lee died. I think Matt might get a charge out of that.
That's a good one.
Oh my fucking god, I love this video.
Dwayne the Rockhead Johnson, because he's.
Oh yes,
rocks in
look at
his
this
head.
boy. Our boy Robisoid. He got up this morning and came out of a clam. And he just,
I was going to do a poem.
He just only rents tuxedos and returns the rest of it without this part.
And I promise this will be a
He just
much
does
more
that.
so cool.
uplifting and more.
Can I just have
lighthearted
this- rent
video
this
as
shirt?
He's
opposed
burned
to the one
every
I just
tuxedo
shot,
place in,
where it
like,
was
the
dark
county.
and gray and rainy and all that. You know.
When
This
he's-
one is going to be a lot more.
they're going to get more
positive,
shirts while he's trying something
celebrating
ice. Walks out the
Stan Lee's
store.
life. The poem is simply called "Nuff Said" because
He has a lot of shiny
that's
shirts.
what he often loved to say. That was one of his catchphrases.
Here we
Yes,
go.
not to mention to say nothing of Excelsior and True Believer. You'll find that in this poem too. Anyway, here we go. Might be hard to read this without getting a little emotional, to tell you the
Feel
truth.
bad for Rob.
Since
like his life
1961,
is
you've been
very
there
good.
creating some of the greatest heroes. Time and time again, they've stood their ground.
He doesn't
against
seem
all
to
these
think it's
odds.
bad.
Had to throw a little
He
humor
never
in,
complains
you know?
about his life.
Just
Other
to
than
keep
that,
it
his
upbeat.
throat hurts.
Sure. I bet
He
he's.
gave us a dearth
Here he
of
goes,
courageous
here he goes.
heroes
Life is probably
who stood
very,
the test of
very
time.
painful for him.
Even though you made it to 95, I still feel that losing you was such a crime.
Mr. Deeds ass. Right.
You're teaming up with Steve Ditko. Gave
Remember
us
when we had
our
all the
favorite
beers?
Web slinger. Old Spidey could best them all when he'd spout a couple good zingers.
Bad for him. Real bad for Rob.
You let a
I'm jealous
lifestyle
of him.
most comic readers could only ever dream of living.
I'm gonna give him a hug.
The characters you've created were just the gifts that kept
Be,
on
be
giving.
prepared to wash all your clothes
You
after.
helped rescue Captain America from a block of
They're gonna have a
ice.
smell.
You had an attitude that was always very laid back and nice.
You helped
You
rescue
made us
Captain
all
America
true
for a block of
believers,
ice. You had an
and you
attitude that was
gave
always
us so
laid back
much
and
to be
very
thankful
nice.
for.
Thank you for this
So
Father's
to
Day
you,
poem,
we
you
raise
8-year-old
our
fuck.
glasses and say, Excelsior!
Oh.
You gave us
Stanley was nice.
superheroes that could face relatable everyday human issues.
Think he
Since we heard about your death,
think he has a case
we
worker?
can't stop passing
Okay.
around the tissues.
No, he actually has a kid or two. He's married.
We love the heroes
What?
that you created.
Yeah.
And we'll remember
Oh,
you,
man.
Stan.
Yeah.
His
Right.
daughter's
Rough
like
out there.
Will
like
always be
late
the
teens
man.
now, I think.
Yeah.
Shit.
We'll miss your warmth,
Shit's
He's
bad
about,
out
to,
there.
he's about to cry, Matt. He's about to cry.
friendly demeanor, and positive outlook. You were and always will be considered the father of the modern comic book. Excelsior to you, Stan.
No, that's Josh. That's Josh
You'll
Whedon.
always live in our hearts and heads.
Oh, that's true. Joss Whedon invented
All I
the
have
modern
to
comic
say
book because it's-
is hail and
Yeah.
farewell to Stan the man.
I don't know if he invented it, but he certainly helped popularize the
The term?
idea.
Stan Lee, 1922.
Josh Whedon.
2018.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, if you ask the average person who would consider themselves
So there you
a
have it.
fan of
That was a
comic
reading
books
of my
or
poem.
comic book characters, say that.
Of Nuff Said.
What they like about them, if they were
By the
like
way, in
gonna
case
give it
you're
like
curious,
a
what you're hearing
DNA
in the
test, it
background
would be
is,
more
well,
Whedon than anybody
a
else.
walkthrough
Enough
of
said.
an X-Men arcade game.
Enough said, Robizoid.
I didn't know whether I should have music with this or not, but I guess the point I'm trying to make here is Stan Lee
Those are
led
some
a
working
very,
man's
very
hands.
Interesting life that so many of us could only just dream of living. You know, that's something that only comic book readers like myself could only ever dream of.
God, that fucking shirt. man.
And
So
we'll
bright.
certainly
I can
miss
look
Stan's
away.
I know.
warm-friendly New York smile, that New York City accent.
Do you know how
that
hard he'd be to
attitude.
tackle? He'd always be slipping
We
and
love
sliding
the
out.
guy.
Why would
In
you?
spite
Why
of
would you
what
shoot in front of
NPCs are
your
doing
closet?
right now and trying
To show
Why
that
would
he
you
has
shoot a
more
video in front of
shirts.
your closet?
He
They
likes
won't get away
the
with
shirt
it.
collection.
His legacy
In
He gets
Yes.
the crowds really fast. He's sliding.
Does
through.
anybody?
It's
are
all
there
just
any
shit
other-
that you
That's
rent
all
and
I
he
have to
doesn't
say.
return.
Thank you for
Like, if you're
enjoying the
going
poem.
to-
If you enjoyed
It is so
it,
funny to see the
if you
same exact shirt
enjoyed
hanging
the
up.
poem,
He's recording
I'll be
these for
posting-
people to watch them, right?
I'll be posting a
That's the
music
idea.
version
Yeah.
of it on Facebook real
he's-
soon. And
He's copying
uh,
something he's seen other people
In the
do,
meantime,
right?
I'd say
Yeah.
like and subscribe.
Do any of them
ring that little
have
bell,
their
give us a little
clothing
notification,
visible behind them when they talk?
And well,
No.
No, sir.
His biggest
But why does
inspiration
he-
is a
why does
guy
he
who
think that
wears
was okay
like
to do?
a robot suit.
Excelsior.
Yeah, we'll show the AOC video, then I can show you Doomcock if you have it.
It's like I remember when we used to watch guys like Mr. Dapperton, and at least he had like a CGI backdrop, and he had that dumb outfit.
The guy's
Oh,
name
no,
is the
it's
DVD
like-
Overlord.
Oh right, now he just does reviews, right? He's not even a not political guy anymore.
Who?
Dapperton.
Oh, I don't know what happened to that guy.
I think he just does movie reviews now.
Oh, unemployment is low, everything is fine, right?
He turned into
I mean, that's
David Promise.
Like,
Oh my god.
Oh, he's talking
You know,
about
I should
AOC.
just start every video with a face palm. How are you, folks? It's the
Yeah.
Mattizoid. Well dressed, well presented. The reason why is because
How does he think anyone
Well
will want
dressed.
when I dress up.
Introducing
Might as well do
yourself
this
as
for the normal
well dressed.
thing. Anyway, the reason we're here today is to talk about this little trollop from New York, the Bronx. You know,
The Bronx.
Little Alexandria, a crazio-cortex. I call her a crazio-cortex because, let's face it, she is not right in the head.
guys.
Anyway, a lot of other YouTubers have been talking about her silliness, her dumb statements, her inaccurate reporting, and also,
true.
of course, well, her lack of
It's
any
true.
basic economic understanding of
Doesn't like her
anything.
tweets.
Her cortex.
Because, well, let's face it,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
She's got a crazy
She's
cortex.
got a crazy cortex.
and I thought I'd play
It's
some of the
occasionally
highlights
crazy.
of
Do
her
you guys
laziness,
get it?
sloppiness, stupidity, idiocy, and downright what the hellery. So, here we are, the absolute funniest
How does he think
and
people
worst
like this?
of
We do.
Alexandria
No one.
crazy
They have
cortex.
a lot of
Only
his
we watch
videos
him.
had 0
Roll it.
views when we found him.
And now it's time for the wit and
So wait a minute,
wisdom
this is literally just
of
a random American.
Alexandra Crazio
Yeah,
Cortex.
Yeah, that's why we
How did
love
you
it,
ever
because
find
it's
her in
just
the first place?
it's just some guy.
We don't know, man.
I
We
would
just find the best.
How'd you
I
find
found
him?
him by
How are you,
I was
folks?
looking
It's
up
the
daylight
Mattizoid.
savings time rants,
Well-dressed,
and he had a
well-presented.
daylight
The reason why is because, hey, some of you like
That's
it when I
as
dress
good a way
up.
as any.
So I might
It's
as
a
well
good
do
way.
a
Find the
normal
heartbeat of
thing.
America.
Anyway, the reason we're here today is to talk about this little trollop from
Oh,
New
so the
York,
video
the
started over.
Bronx. You know,
Yeah, he
I need
repeats
more of
the
this.
little
video.
I'd like to hear the
Alexander.
comedy again.
I think he mispronounced.
I'd like to hear such a different video.
A crazio-cortex.
Cortex.
I call her a crazio-cortex because, let's
Take
face
$1 million.
it, she is not right in the head.
She's not right in the head.
Anyway,
Oh
a lot
God,
of other YouTubers
that part
have been
where
Saying
talking
that
about
to a
her
camera,
silly,
to
her
his
dumb
knowledge,
statements,
no one
her
is seeing.
inaccurate reporting, and also, of course,
yeah,
well,
I
her lack of
went
any
on his
basic
Facebook and he
economic
posts the
understanding
videos on his Facebook,
of,
and
well, anything.
most of the time
because,
it's
well, let's
no
face it,
replies, no
she's a
likes, no nothing.
So this is just
And I thought I'd play some of the
just a
highlights
person.
of her
Yeah.
laziness,
And he has a
sloppiness,
family. That's the weirdest
stupidity,
part.
Idiocy.
They just
Yeah, it's
like
like
downright what the
college age daughter.
hellery.
this is just what he does in his
So,
room.
here we are, the absolute funniest and
This is just
worst
something like his family is embarrassed
of
about.
Alexandria, a crazio-cortex.
Mm-hmm.
Roll it.
We wanted to start with Alexandria.
Sick
Yeah,
edit.
he's so smug. Someone pointed that out. It's amazing how smug he is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it came from.
What exactly?
I don't know what the reinforcement
just-
for it is.
Yeah.
What it is it's
And I think that
it's
I do
everything.
think
You
that
just
the way
convince
that
yourself you know what you're talking about because
is a
you
model.
are the only voice you ever hear is your own after a while.
I knew from
Yeah.
the outset that
'Cause
I had no.
You're just online or you're not even talking to people.
He's like
Was not gonna be doing
he's
this.
hardly online because you
And
see,
so I
like
didn't-
he doesn't know how to record his screen, so he's just holding his camera up to it, right? Like you can see his reflection in the screen right now, holding his like phone up.
The way that
And
progressives win,
whenever he shows his web browser, he's always just on the MSN homepage. So he's figured out how to get to like MSN and like YouTube, and that's
so
it.
that we can transition and
So fucking
financially
weird.
incentivize people away from
He's
fossil
weirdly
fuels.
bad at
Talk about
computers
a
for his
pipe
age.
dream.
He's
That's another
45.
amount.
It's weird, like, when the internet got big originally, he was what, like 22?
See, that's what I don't get. See, that's what I don't understand more than anything. Is how are you this guy? What combination of being this guy and also making the video is what I don't get. I can get a guy like this existing.
Yeah.
Look at his hands just recording it too.
That's
The
because it
reflection.
doesn't.
The guy who would be this guy wouldn't make the videos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He wouldn't know how to.
Yeah, that's how it's
weird
like.
gray zone.
It's
where
supposed to
I
be
can't
kind of
believe-
hard.
Oh
to-
yeah, Matt, did you know that he's 45 years old? Isn't that
You
good?
really have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
Which is not even as high as it was before. It is wrong, and it is
5 years older than Keith Buckley.
children trying to come here with nothing but the shirts on their back to create an
Born in 1991,
Yeah,
he's
to cause
45.
trouble. You don't know jack and shit, lady.
He's literally just talking to the television.
That's right, Artemis. He works at Blockbuster.
It's like a spittle-stained netbook screen.
Like, that's what I don't get. It's like, yeah, I see a person who is just talking to their television. Someone had to film him talking to the television and then put it on the internet and make the video. How did he get to that point?
Because
Well,
he saw
he-
someone else do it and was like,
Because you know
they're
what?
making
That's
a good
probably why
point.
No, Matt, he probably used his phone to record because it's so easy to upload shit from your phone to like YouTube and shit. It does all the work for you. Like the PC's a little bit harder.
Working 2 jobs.
Like
Yeah.
he wanted
I
at
will
one
not deny
point
that
to
there are
be
some
the
people
angry
who
video
work
gamer.
I don't know what he
who
does.
actually, like go
But
back
I wouldn't say
deep
that
enough into his
everybody
channel.
has 2 jobs.
Like he
I wouldn't
10
say
years
that
ago
everybody
was.
is working 80 or 90 hours a
Well,
week.
I'll show you what he
90
looked like
hours
10
in a
years
week?
ago.
Yeah, he does have
Mostly
editing
the
though,
same.
like the movie maker
But
editing, right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
yeah, it's very clumsy
How
editing.
can
It doesn't
you
even
be
seem
this
like Movie
stupid, a
Maker.
crazy
It seems like
cortex?
something
I
that
don't
has
know how to
spyware in it.
That's such a
That's the
cool
thing
cut.
is, Mattizoid seems way more technically adept than I am. I guess that's what I'm finding weird.
Well, not really. He's like,
These, of course, are the
Way
typical
dumber
do
people
nothing, learn
make,
nothing, know nothing, ne'er-do-wells
or
of
not
the left
way
who
dumber, but
basically
like
cause trouble on
people who
college
are incredibly
campuses.
dumb are able to do a screen capture
You know,
It's very
Or-
impressive.
or put a video
Yeah.
has
together.
anyone actually done
Like
a video
incredibly
Christman
dumb
or-
people.
on a crazy
Mattizod.
cortex? I mean, I've got to ask the question: When's the last
Have like a
time she had
30-minute
CAT
phone
scan?
call where he sets up his whole
Uh,
setup.
When's the last time she had a memory test? Any of that? Because she seems
When was the
to
last
either
time
be
AOC
remembering
had a
things
memory
wrong,
test?
or she's so poorly
Guys, when have you last
educated,
done a memory
she just
test?
doesn't
When has she
really
last played the
understand
Fall
how anything
Guys
works.
fruit guess
She's
Yeah, that's
already
about it.
mentioned
game?
that she was a minor
Me
in
too.
economics. Yes, she has a bachelor's degree in economics.
At
which
least she
means
finished her degree.
nothing. Oh well.
She should get a
Here's
minor
more
in
of her-
poli science.
of her economics.
No, don't graduate though.
Sorry, I just ate.
God. He didn't edit right after that. Why not do the edit a second earlier? Why?
He makes that sound every video, by the way.
You really have no idea what you're talking about, do you?
He's talking to me? Are you talking to me, Rob?
She ought to win the Nobel
Oh.
Prize herself. Doesn't she just look like Nobel Prize material?
He's just saying a
check in for part
sarcastic
2
thing.
of more of the wit and
He's just saying a
wisdom
sarcastic thing.
of a
That's not-
crazio-cortex.
that's not- he's
He's fluent.
He's not adding anything to anything. He's not even like
Okay,
saying
here's
the
what he
things that she's saying wrong.
You're just. It's
Why
like
is he doing this?
it's like guys who
For us.
roast. Like this is like guys who roast Atari games.
Hello and welcome to
that
the
only
first
they
episode
know
of the
about.
Atari Guide for
Guys just like endlessly roasting ET for Atari 50 years later and like repeating each other's jokes and like listening back to each other in this echo chamber. And that's like, see, like everyone you expect to hear it is just in that same mindset.
He just
That's
got
just
off his
how you
job
make
being
fun of things.
being a
He's
pillow
got-
somewhere.
He's got to have an ET video, right?
I'm sure.
Did we search it before? I swear we've seen an ET. Maybe it was just the ET Appearance of an
2012.
ET.
And boy, have
He-
we got a
he
game
does
for
a
you today.
rip-off of
Anyway,
Mass-
I thought
Mystery
I would go
Science
back to the
Theater,
very earliest roots of video
where
gaming,
he just
and you can't get much further
he
than
sarcastically
this. No,
summarizes
it's not Pong.
what's going on in the
Actually,
movie.
it goes back even further than that.
He just watches an old
This
movie and
is
says, "Oh,
Space
now
War,
they're
and I
going
will
in
tell you
here."
all about its genesis right now.
He's like,
The video
just
game
miming
Space
it.
War was made by this man, Steve Russell, in 1961,
So yeah,
who was
here he is
attending
trying
MIT.
to be the angry video game nerd.
Unfortunately, Russell wouldn't be able to
which
make
is
a
how I think he
dime
got
off his
into video
creation
making, and then I
because
think as like
the
time
video
wore
game
on, he
itself
got
could only be
more
found in rather
reactionary.
expensive college
and,
computer
just
labs
pivoted.
like this one, and the computers themselves cost, well over $100,000, really. So
YouTube back
unfortunately,
then and
Russell
nerd
couldn't
culture in
market Space
general,
War. But
it was
don't
obviously
worry.
sexist and stuff,
11 years later,
but
Nolan
it didn't have
Bushnell
that
would breathe new
same
life into Steve Russell's original
anti-SJW
concept.
outrage machine.
He then repackaged the idea
They weren't
into
constantly being poked,
computer space,
and
which would become the world's
being
first
told that
coin-operated
women are
video
taking away
game.
your video games.
Basically, the game is played this way.
But now they're just being
It's,
poked all day
two
by
warring
YouTube
ships trying to outscore
suggestions.
Each other. And that little
Yeah, and like
dot
once
there
you
in the
click
center
one culture
represents
war
the
video,
sun.
you're gonna get them recommended for the
And,
rest of
yeah,
time
you
until
have
you
to
tell them
try
not
and shoot
to.
at each other, all the while avoiding the sun's gravitational pull. It's really as simple as that. Pretty simple, straightforward, and basic for the first video game ever invented. But oh, watch out. Oh, watch out. Oh, there you go. The sun just burnt you alive.
And I guess a bit more background on Robozoid. Here's the like YouTube creator that he looks up to the most.
Greetings, future subjects, henchmen, nemesis, and villains. I am Dictor Von Doomcock, supervillain and pop culture critic.
This-
I
Yeah.
am Doomcock's lair in order to further
This
my
guy is the
nefarious
alpha
aims,
of these
which are
guys.
nothing less than the invasion
I think I've heard of
planet
this guy.
Earth
He
by
has
my
guys that
giant
worship
Earth
him.
army, currently
Very
hidden in my
embarrassing.
secret stronghold at the Earth's core.
He had a
I-
major Star Wars leak about the last Star Wars movie, so he has at least some real sources.
Featuring me and
I think
my
he gets in
evil
feuds
eldritch
with like
partner,
woke
Harvey
comic book
Cthulhu.
websites.
If you see
Yeah.
my vicious takedown of the
And, like,
atrocities
Ryan
of the
Johnson.
Star Trek Discovery, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then check out my YouTube channel and witness for yourself the unbridled wrath of Doomcock. Join the Legion of Doomcock, and together we will call
mean,
out bad movies and television
this isn't a
shows
joke?
for the abominations they
No.
are.
The real
does,
thing
like,
is Doomcock is the real
Oh,
guy who complains about SJWs.
Yeah, he has 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and
What?
yeah, all of his videos are
That's
like
too many.
are about how there's too many girls in Star Wars and
Thank
stuff.
you, Lord Ramby,
Way
for the
too
gift
many.
subs.
That's way too many supporters to have.
Yeah,
I guess now
Robozoid-
this
That's not
makes
bad. Thank you,
Robozoid make
Ramby.
sense to me though, because if Robozoid is seeing this, this is his equivalent of the Tonight
Greetings,
Show.
my friends.
Thank you, Doja,
Yeah.
for
First, he
Nada.
thinks
You are
that he
still
can do it by
subscribed to this channel
filming
because
himself
every
in a
day I'm
shiny,
hearing from other
salmon
people
outfit
that
in
they
front
have
of
been
the fucking
unsubscribed
closet.
without their knowledge
Because
by
this
YouTube.
is the
Thank you,
end.
Dodo.
This
If
is
you are
like
not
this is
subscribed,
the
please
Avengers.
consider supporting this channel. We need
So
you.
cool.
Thank you.
Lord.
Greetings, my friends. I
don't know if I'll be able to
Van
find the
Doomcock,
video,
future
but,
of Earth. Earlier, I reported
Robozoid had a-
allegedly
I
from
think it was a
inside
Star
Disney
Wars
or
one where he was
Lucasfilm,
complaining about like
providing
diversity and
details on
like
the
forced
power struggle
diversity in
between
Star
Kathleen
Wars.
Kennedy and
And
John Favreau for the
one of
future
his backings for
Star
why it's not
Wars.
racist
In that
is
video,
that he
I
thought
discussed how the
Doomcock
tension
here
between
sounds
these
like
two
a bad
camps
or
arose
a
over
black
the
guy.
Mandalorian, and particularly over who was responsible for creating.
It's a voice
Baby
that's
Yoda.
obviously
Kennedy
pitched down,
reportedly coming up with the
Yeah.
idea of the
but through a
Mandalorian
filter.
protecting a child,
But he doesn't know that because
proposing that the baby be of
I don't know,
Yoda's
probably
species, if not
like your
John
throat
Favreau
is
does
sort
look
of
like Harvey
connected to your
Weinstein right there.
ears.
My source
So
claims
if-
It does look like
Kennedy
Weinstein.
further
He's
became
probably
incensed
bursted
when
his
he was
eardrums
told
from
work on the
clearing his
Mandalorian
throat
season
too hard.
3 scripts was already underway.
That's right,
with
Scoot. He's
Favreau,
13 years old.
Filoni, and George Lucas.
This is
all
why you don't
contributing
vape.
to the show without her knowledge or input. All of that information was relayed
So
to
all
me
it
by
in
my
this
source, and I presented it as is, saying it should be taken with a grain of salt. Well, now my source is.
Anyways, you get the point. Maybe it was this
Yeah.
one.
My favorite Robozoid deep thing is that he got his shiny shirt fetish from watching Karen Carpenter on the Carpenter's Christmas special in the 70s.
Hello, folks, the Robbazoid here. Well, I guess once
Chat will
again,
love
we
this
gotta
one.
talk about
He does a
the
Chat, you
roast
ever heard
video of that.
Chat, you ever heard of The Simpsons? Press 1 in chat if you've heard of this show.
Stereotypes. Dr. Hibbert is based on Bill Cosby's
Normies have heard of it now.
Yeah.
From The Cosby Show, you have Carl Carlson.
Why would
Looks like a
Bart
lot of
make that
good
face
The
for the
Bumblebee
picture?
guy
Come
is
on,
kind of
man.
People
a
haven't.
stereotype.
Wow.
Dude, this is gonna be on the news. Why are you making that
Voiced
face?
by a white actor.
Well, stand by, Chat. He's gonna tell you about it.
Yeah. And then, of course,
Why
you have
can't
the
he
fat
just
kid
behave
here, who's
for
the
once?
German stereotype.
He's fucking immature, dude.
I don't think
Like, the
we've
stuff
seen
Marge
much
goes
in recent
through.
years. And also, let's
It's
see,
just
Fat
selfish
Tony,
the way he acts
the
sometimes.
mobster stereotype.
I know he's like a
And then
spirited
you
kid and he
have
has a lot of
Luigi,
energy,
who
but
occasionally shows up. Who
I don't know
is
why
the
he needs
Italian
to
stereotype. No one's
push
complaining
everyone's
about
buttons
these
all the time.
characters.
Hey, Rick Saucy, how you
why
doing,
in the
man?
Holy name of hell, complain
They look
about
weird, huh?
Apu.
Bye.
More specifically, the
Sorry, 86,000
character of
second
Apu,
timeout, you
voiced by the
loser.
great voice actor
Thank you.
Hank Azaria. Why is this character controversial? Well, this video,
Nice
like
voice,
a few
man.
others on YouTube,
I'll-
hopes to shed light on
Are you talking about Apu's voice?
But
Because I don't
just
agree with
don't
you.
think he's
Robin Swift's
controversial.
voice.
I love
Oh,
this
okay.
character.
Thank you, guys.
Who doesn't? He's likable,
Voice is gonna echo.
he's fun.
He has a
He's
face for
also one of
radio
the
and a
most
voice for
trustworthy,
print.
And as I'll get into later in this video, probably the best role model out of anyone on the show. And so, after 30 years of voicing Apu in The Simpsons,
Wait, did you just
well,
say that
Hank Azaria is not voicing the character
Apu's the best
anymore.
role model on the show?
No, that doesn't mean
Yes.
he's leaving the show or anything. He still has plenty of other characters that he's given voice to, like, for instance, Mo, Disco Stew, who else? Cletus the Slack-Jawed Yokel, Snake, Carl Carlson, you know,
Keep
the
going.
black guy that Homer works with.
The black guy
Who
that
else did he
Homer
voice?
works with.
I think he also
I think
voiced
I said
Sanders.
Robozoid's giving me Robozoid throat.
Superintendent Chalmers.
Sorry, I just ate.
And a bunch of other characters
Sorry, I just
that I
ate
don't
pussy.
even remember at this time. But no, Azaria is not leaving the show.
Tyrone
He's not
Smithers.
voicing Apu anymore.
Tyrone
So the
Smithers.
hair up the SJW's ass, of course, is that because he's voiced by a white dude, who's also Jewish too, well, apparently that's a big problem, and the SJW see that as offensive or insensitive to the Indian community. Hey,
I like how
I'm
he
nuts.
framed that.
I got some news
Who's
for
Jewish,
ya.
by the way.
Indians
Yeah.
were never insulted by this character. So basically, the article
What about the
goes this
Indian
way.
guy
This
that
is
made the
by
movie
CNN,
about it
of
being
course, so
insulting?
you know how credible they are, fake news. Anyway, after
He's a
30
crypto
years
Pakistani.
as after 30 years of the voice
not a
of the
real
Indian
Indian.
American character on The Simpsons,
All right, Alex.
Hank Azaria has announced that he will no longer voice
parody.
the thickly accented character.
Hey, that's not
Apu
offensive if you don't hate
Nahasaping
Pakistanis.
Petalon. Wow, I actually said it right.
It's like when you said Keemstar.
This
was
doesn't really
Armenian.
mean that the character will be retired.
He is.
But apparently they
Ask
want
him
some
yourself.
Indian actor to come in and, I don't know, give him maybe 3 or 4 lines of dialogue per episode, since Apu's not really relevant to the plot anymore of any show. And really, that'll be that.
It is kind of sad that that kind
There
of
was even a
negates
South Park
the
episode that
best,
addressed
or
this
one of the best
controversy,
Simpsons
'cause
episodes,
this is nonsense.
which is the one where they have
Azaria basically said
the
that we
bear
all agreed
tax,
it was the right thing
and
to
they
do.
blame it on
However,
illegal
I will
immigrants.
not be voicing the character anymore.
Classic
unless
episode, and
something
it's a woke
changes.
episode.
Well,
It's pro-immigration.
Plot.
And everything
the
only
only
makes
real
sense
change
in its
that could
context
possibly be
because
made
Simpsons is
is
still
to
on.
either kill the character off like you did with
There's
Maud
no meaningful
Flanders,
context
which
for
I hope
anything.
they don't do.
Robozoid being mad about the plot of
Or,
The Simpsons.
I don't know, just let him continue being the voice of Apu. Jeez.
How about we go in the time
God,
machine
you
and get the
virtue
Simpsons off the
signalers.
air 20 years ago?
You only
That's
care
my
about
choice.
yourselves.
Can we do that?
But then
You
we
don't
won't have
care
any of the
about
good
entertainment.
episodes.
Because this is
That's true.
exactly as Joyce Kaufman.
My
said
favorite
it
season was 2014.
She basically put it on her show on Friday.
When Bart first got an
Basically,
iPad,
virtue
I think that was the
signaling at
peak.
the expense of
That was
entertainment,
brutal.
or
Yeah, that's
words
when it
to
got
that
good.
effect.
The good
So,
Simpsons
according to
episodes
this
didn't start
article,
until they went to Japan.
Yep, Azaria will
Was
no
the-
longer be voicing
first
that
good one.
character. So no longer again will
The
we get to
episode
hear him
where,
say, "Thank you, come again."
You know what? The greatest episode, the
And
greatest
I don't
Simpsons
know why
episode
that's
hasn't been filmed
racist.
yet.
It's
It's the
not.
one where Ted Cruz
It's
plays
just fun.
himself.
Something the
fucking damn it.
SJWs forgot that existed.
Supreme Court Justice
gonna happen.
Forgot how
Yeah.
to have
Yeah.
because,
He's going to be on there.
well, I wouldn't say
Hi,
that at
Bart.
all because they never knew how to have fun.
Ow! Ted
Never, ever,
Cruz!
ever, ever in their lives. So now
Imagine
Fox
it.
and
You
The
can see it happening.
Simpsons writers or whoever's involved in the show now, they have no idea what they're going to do with the character. I must ask the question.
I'm
when we get to the point where now minority
Marge saying,
rules,
Bart,
only 10%
stop watching Ninja and come meet
and
Senator
crazies
Ted
on
Cruz.
Twitter are the ones that are outraged about a poo being voiced by a white dude.